What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and the budget has just come out. So, good news is a penny off a pint. Woo! For those of you who can still afford to go out drinking in pubs, that's off draft beer. You save a penny. So there you go. It's not all doom and gloom. Now, let's look at the rest of it, shall we? National minimum wage going up to £12.21 from 11.44, but income tax, national insurance, and everything is staying the same. So if you're on a salary, not on an hourly wage, this is going to be the equivalent of a pay cut for you, because as minimum wage goes up, the places that pay minimum wage, such as supermarkets, shops, retail, the pub industry, they increase their prices to cover these extra wages they have to pay. So the price of your bread and the price of your milk goes up. However, you as a salaried employee, doesn't matter. You get the same. No extra allowance, nothing like that. And that's frozen till 2028. So as they increase minimum wage year on year, it's going to mean your salary is going a lot less. There's so much to look through. If I just share this quick screen here, personal taxes, rates of income, national insurance by employees to remain unchanged. Sounds like a good thing, but like I say, it's not, because everything else is going to be going up. That's frozen until 2028. Capital gains tax on profits from selling shares to increase from 10% to 18%, and the higher rate from 20% to 24%. Again, something that is just going to discourage business and investors in this country. Inheritance tax threshold freeze extended by a further 2 years. Exemptions when inheriting farmland must be made less generous from 2026. Don't pass your farm on. Business taxes. Now, these are what's really been stung. Firms to pay national insurance on workers' earnings above 5,000 from April. That was 9,000 before. So in their eyes, it's almost doubled, with a rate increase of 13.8% to 15%. That's raising an extra £25 billion a year for their coffers, which is wonderful, except if an employer can't cope with that many rises at once, what they're going to do? They're going to lay people off. It's as simple as that. Tax paid private equity managers on share of profits to raise from 28% to 32%. Main rate of corporation tax, taxable profits, 250,000 to stay at 25% until the next election. So, yeah, I mean, businesses are really getting stung. The employer's national insurance is going to be a killer for a lot of these companies, big and small. That's a huge bill to put on them. And you might think, yeah, put it on them instead of on individuals, but it's not always the great thing. And yes, I know I'm on the BBC website, but it's just what's up and handy at the moment. £2 cap on single bus fares in England to rise to £3 from January. It's no big deal to me. £3's quite cheap still. The 5p cut to fuel duty on petrol and diesel due to end in April 2025. So they've kept it for another year, but again, it's just going to see a price hike in another year's time. Commitment to fund tunnelling work for HS2, ridiculous waste of money. If you're flying on private jet, your passenger duty is going to go up by 50%. Get this one. This one gets me because people don't know I vape. A new tax of £2.20 per 10ml bottle of vaping liquid introduced from October 2026. Tax on tobacco increased by 2% above inflation and 10% above inflation for hand rolling tobacco. And non-draft alcohol, but to increase, but the draft drinks cut by 1.7%. That really doesn't make all that much difference. You've already killed the pub industry, to be fair. The rate for minimum wage for 18 to 20-year-olds also going up from £8.60 to £10. Again, massive jump. They're just going to start laying people off. It's insane. Building housing, they've committed money for housing, all sorts. We're not going to go all that into it. We're just going to look at them key points, like I say. Yeah. So for people who vape, that's a 10ml bottle of liquid. Yeah. The equivalent, I don't know how quickly I go through these, maybe a couple of days worth in one. Right now, without a multi-buy offer, that is £4. They're going to put £2.20 of tax on it. So that's going to go up to £6.20. There's no way the company producing it's going to take that tax hit. It's going to go straight on the price. We know it is. So the price is now going to go through the roof of liquid vapes. We already know that they're banning disposables. And they say it's to get the nation healthier, to stop smoking. But you imagine everyone stops smoking tomorrow. Can you imagine the tax deficit that they have to find from somewhere else? Absolutely insane. So, bottom line is, I think Rishi Sunak said it best.
Welfare spending out of control and a spree of tax rises they promised the working people of this country they would not do. National insurance, up. Capital gains tax, up. Inheritance tax, up. Energy taxes, up. Business rates, up. First-time buyer stamp duty, up. Pensions tax, up. They have fiddled the figures.
So, there you go. Punishing businesses, scaring away investments. They talk about growth and building, but who's going to want to invest in the country? Bring your wealth and your business to the UK and we will tax the crap out of it. More than anyone else in the world. Or majority. Because I know you keyboard warriors will jump on and give me an example where it's worse. But it's not the point, is it? All the promises pre-election, all just gone off into the wind. If I didn't have ties to this country as strong as I have, and I'm forced to stay here, I'd be looking at emigration now. Definitely before 2026, when they start taxing me even more. But yeah, classic Labour, lots of borrowing, lots of spending, lots of oblivion. And in 4 years' time, I feel sorry for whoever gets in power, because they'll be left to pick up the pieces of what's left of our broken nation. Let me know what you think of the budget, if it's benefited you. I know minimum wage employees will be happy to have a bit of a pay rise, but you have to really take into account how much that puts products up by. The cost of milk and bread and stuff like that are never really outlined on these budgets. But if every employee from a supermarket has a wage increase, they're not just going to take that out of their profits. No. They're going to put it on the price of your products. Think about that. Let me know your thoughts on the budget below. Let me know, is there a way out of this? Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I'll see you all in another video. Bye.
Yeah.